morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on your time zone, and welcome to the World Pack Talk Show. My name is Lilian Benzi, WPO Press and Communication Officer, and today we will get ready to one of the most expected packaging shows in Europe, FACHPACK, an event to power conversations about circularity, compliance, and market competitiveness. And we will learn from Fun Andu, that is the director of FACHPACK, and Heike Slota, executive director exhibitions, what to expect from the 2025 edition is scheduled to September 23 to 25 in Nuremberg, Germany. And welcome, Fun and Heike. And my first question goes to Fun. So you are very welcome, ladies. It's really a pleasure to have you. And Fun, we need to know, FACHPACK is widely recognized for showcasing the latest packaging innovations, especially for the European market. What can visitors expect from the 2025 edition?
Thank you, Lilian, for having us here today. And what can visitors expect from the CS edition? We will host around 1,400 exhibitors across 11 halls, representing leading companies and innovators from all over Europe. And we expect approximately about 40,000 expert visitors to attend, making it one of the most important meeting points in the packaging industry again. And what I want to point out is that what truly sets FACHPACK apart is its character as a working trade fair and its hands-on mentality. So FACHPACK is known for its practical, solution-oriented character, where ideas are not only presented but actively developed among the industry. And it's not just about seeing innovations, it's about working together. And what, of course, the focus will be is packaging. So packaging will be in the center of attention, and it's not a supporting element from our fair. It's a strategic driver of sustainability, automation, and resource efficiency. So in terms of innovation, visitors will be seeing exciting developments across the entire process chain. So from sustainable packaging solutions, for example, to industry packaging, raw material innovations, and so on. And I believe these are not just products which you can see on site, but it's not only a trend, but you can see they are answers to the real world demands which we have currently in the packaging industry. And there are some points that I would like to point out, because from our perspective as FACHPACK, Heike and I, we believe the packaging industry can truly be proud of its ability to respond to quickly and effectively to pressing challenges in the industry. And we can see how companies develop innovative solutions and at a remarkable speed. And to be precise, innovation is not confined to one area at FACHPACK or at the exhibition. Innovation will happen everywhere at FACHPACK. So you can see innovation in the exhibition halls, in our forums like Packbox, Innovation Box, in our SoulPack forum. And in addition, we also have networking places where ideas can be shared, where we can talk about innovation, such as Women for Packaging, FACHPACK TV, or the Student Day. And one last thing, which is good to remember, is innovation doesn't stop at packaging. So we will have a second fair parallel to FACHPACK, the Pautec Technofarm. It is Europe's leading platform for powder, granulate, and bulk solid technologies, as well as processing of fluids and liquids. And together, these two events create a strong synergy for the industry, especially for food, pharmaceutical, and chemical industries. And I believe this is something where you can see processing meets packaging. So we do have innovations in two fairs during the time.
Wow, that's amazing. And it seems a lot to process. And but I would like to know from Heike. So how do you believe, Heike, all these innovations in all the parallel events that you were programmed to FACHPACK, they will impact in the future of the packaging industry on a global scale?
Oh, yes, it does. It certainly does. Hello to everyone. We're very proud to be with you today. FACHPACK's got a key theme, and it's called Transition in Packaging. Now, that's what it is. It's a compact and a comprehensive overview to all the relevant topics shaping the future of packaging at the moment. And you're right, there are a lot going on. We want to deal with the topic circular economy, as Fungi said just a minute ago, digitalization, automation, and of course, the regulatory issues that we've got, the framework that's currently changing. So the innovation goes beyond, yes, and beyond technology. It touches the core of the supply chains and the sustainability efforts of everyone. And the protection of goods, to make it a bit more explicit, is of course the main function of packaging in every industry. But if you look at the food industry especially, its role in the global market is essential to protect and preserve our food, everyone's food. Without proper packaging, the food spoilage is there, the loss is often immense. So especially with regions with a limited infrastructure. And we believe that packaging is a strategic enabler for those food supply resilience industries, helping to reduce waste, extend the shelf life, ensure the safe transport, all you've got along the way. And of course, the European packaging industry also shapes the global one. We can't do without each other. And industries, although maybe sometime being very explicit what region they work for and work in, they're not limited to the regional market because we are all part of a bigger picture. Let me put it that way. So I believe that FACHPACK really has an impact, first of all, on the European industry and the customers of the packaging industry, but as well on a global scale. We stretch out because we're all living in one world.
Exactly. And Fun, you mentioned this innovation and you mentioned the TV. So there are a lot of parallel events going on at FACHPACK. So can you tell us more about them and what you expect from them?
Yes, of course. I have already mentioned some of them, but there's one key highlight of this year's FACHPACK edition. It is the Packaging Forum. It's a high-level roundtable co-organized by United Nations Industrial Development Organization, the World Packaging Organization, and the German Packaging Institute. And on board with these four partners with us, you can tell that the international relevance and credibility of this event is surely reflected. But what is the background? Heike just pointed some of the things out, but Packaging Forum is designed to provide a strategic input and recommendations for the upcoming COP30 climate discussions, with a specific focus on food systems and climate priority. And as FACHPACK, we want to support UNIDO and of course WPO, because you will lead a dedicated session at COP30 on the role of packaging in reducing food loss, for example, emphasizing its critical impact on both, one, food security, and the second, emissions reduction. And as FACHPACK, we are surely proud to offer the platform and setting for this important dialogue, because our goal is of course, to bring together industry leaders, policymakers, innovators, to explore how packaging can contribute to a global sustainability goals. So you can tell the forum will explore how packaging can become a strategic lever for sustainability and of course for food security.
Yes, and just to let you know, WPO is very excited about FACHPACK and this forum because it will be the kickoff of our participation at COP30. So WPO will be at COP30, of course, with UNIDO, and we have the pleasure of having FACHPACK as our kickoff for the big show in November in Brazil. So I would go now to Heike. To describe the current state of the packaging industry in Europe and what are the main challenges today. For sure, sustainability, safe food, food safety are key issues But how do you give a wrap up of all these in Europe and around the world?
Well, I would say basically it's two things at the moment. It is the regulation issue. And of course, it's the geopolitical and economic conditions that are actually affecting us enormously at the moment. And the insecurity is just there in every scale. And these changes that are going on, they're also fundamentally altering the requirements which are placed on packaging, from the design and to the material, to the functionality and the compliance. And where are we going to actually sell packaging in the future? Yeah. So it goes along the way, and I think it's quite fundamental. But from my personal point of view, I always find transformation can be seen as a strategic opportunity. It's not all bad, you know. It's a chance for us, for the industry, to redefine its role, to accelerate sustainable practices, to strengthen the contribution that for the global supply chain that we've got, and at the end of the day, to our climate goals that we have to foresee. So I think it is a good idea to take up with the challenge. Yeah? The key driver is the EU packaging and packaging waste regulation. It is a challenge, but grip it, take it. It's pushing companies to redesign packaging systems and think it on a whole, take it as a whole and not as a particular issue. And companies are seeking orientation. I'm sure WPO realizes that as well, with all the conferences that you give and the talks that you give. And it is a complex topic, but we'll handle it. Of course, brands and industry leaders might be able, capacity-wise, to focus on it a bit better than small and medium-sized companies. And that is the point that we want to make. FACHPACK welcomes those small and medium-sized companies, especially to learn from each other, to learn what state of the art in the industry, to show how far the industry has come so far. You know, success stories will be a topic. The showing of new ideas, to see what impulses are generated by talking with each other, telling each other where the need is. So we believe that FACHPACK is an excellent platform for that. Knowing the industry for quite some time, I've been in the industry now for over 20 years, I strongly believe that producers and their customers will come together and discuss what is best, and they've always been strong doing that. The output was always great when there was a problem going on that had to be solved by the packaging industry, and I think they will do it again. And FACHPACK, of course, in autumn is the best platform to come together and do so.
We have no doubt about it. That's why WPO is supporting FACHPACK. And now I would like to hear from Fun. So what is the importance of having WPO as a strategic partner in this edition of the show, and in the previous one and in the other one? So we are long-term partners. And but what is this strategic partnership besides the packaging forum?
Mhm. I believe the comprehensive transformation of the packaging industry now is not only a European concern, it's a global challenge. And especially in times marked by regulatory uncertainty, economic pressure, it is more than ever important to understand the current state of the global packaging industry and to overcome boundaries and driving progresses, for example, exchanging knowledge and fostering collaboration. And this is precisely where you, as the World Packaging Organization, plays an essential role. And I believe by participating in FACHPACK 2025, WPO brings definitely a truly international perspective to the show, strengthening the FACHPACK's position as a relevant platform for packaging innovation and dialogue. And with WPO on board, I believe also that FACHPACK becomes an even stronger hub for cross-border collaboration, uniting stakeholders from across the value chain to discuss shared challenges and scalable solutions. And what I think is WPO's presence helps to bridge regional insights with global trends, ensuring that the fair reflects the full spectrum of the industry developments. And also FACHPACK is traditionally a regional European focused fair. I think the involvement of WPO gives in a global dimension that is very valuable in these difficult times. And I think it's more important than ever to come together, share ideas, build strong partnerships. And we are very, very happy to have a close partnership and cooperation with WPO, and we look forward to future joint projects and topics that we will tackle together, of course.
We are very glad with it as well. And now the golden question goes to both of you. We know that sometimes it's hard to plan how to visit the show because the show is big. There are a lot of content, a lot of innovation in each booth. So, Heike, what are the tips for companies and professionals on how to make the most of their visit at FACHPACK? I want to hear Heike and I want to hear Fun as well.
Well, the first and most important thing is take a little time and plan ahead. Because with a little effort, it makes your life on the spot, on the platform, much easier. Well, secure your ticket, first of all. Go to the website, to the ticket shop, and buy a ticket. Because then you will receive information what's going on, and we will help you along the way to plan your visit. You're giving you advice, step by step, what to do. And once you've secured your ticket, of course, go to the digital guide. We've got a guide on the website, fachpack.de, where you can have a look. Who's there? What products are on display? What's the innovations? Is there a guided tour for me? Is there somebody I can meet? Is there a new company that I've never heard of? Just take a little time and browse through the digital guide, and I'm sure you can sort of line up and tick whatever interests you, make your own tour of FACHPACK in the end. That's a good idea. That's what I would recommend. Fungi, the side program, I think you're the specialist there. Give your advice what's going on there.
Yeah, let us know, Fun.
I mean, what Heike has already pointed out is to take your time and check out the event schedule, because we have a lot of events, like networking events for example, Women for Packaging, the Student Day, and I think you need to structure your visit at FACHPACK. And as for the latest updates and highlights or behind the scenes impressions, I would remind you or recommend you to follow us on social media. It's the best way to stay informed before, during, and after the show. And I would like to add something personal as well, because Nuremberg is a great city. So if you have the time after the show, take some time, explore Nuremberg's rich history and vibrant culture, whether it's a stroll through the old town, a visit to the castle, or enjoying the Franconian cuisine. I think it's a unique mix of tradition and innovation that makes Nuremberg the perfect backdrop for FACHPACK. And I do have a personal highlight for you. Make sure to stop by our bar, Blume von Hawaii. It's a cocktail bar in Nuremberg for some great and relaxing drinks. And it's the perfect spot to unwind after a busy day at the fair with a cozy atmosphere and creative cocktails. And I believe Heike has also something to recommend.
Oh, I'm liking this talk show very much. Go on, Heike. What do you recommend?
Lots of recommendation. No, I think it's very important. If you have so much talking to do, then business to do during the day, you need a little relaxation in the evenings, maybe with your colleagues, maybe with your customers. Why not? My recommendation is, Franconia and Bavaria is a beer hotspot. Me personally, I do like beer, so I can recommend it. There are a lot of beer gardens. We might have nice sunny weather at the end of September in Bavaria still. And a lot of pubs right in the city center. And no matter where you drop in, you will always have a selection of beers that you can try. And I've got a personal recommendation: try the Nuremberg Red Beer. It's called Red Beer. It's a special beer only brewed in Nuremberg. It's not similar to the Irish red beers that you've got, not like that. It's not an ale. It's a really, brewed beer. So that's really nice and smooth. So you have to go out and try that. That's my recommendation.
Noted, very well noted. And ladies, we are coming to an end in our talk show, and I'm delightful with all the tips, this conversation. But if you have to leave a final message to our audience, resuming the reason to visit FACHPACK in one sentence, 3 words, 4 words, please leave your final message.
We are proud to be part of this industry, and we are doing our very, very best to create a truly inspiring and valuable experience for everyone in the industry. So don't miss out at FACHPACK 2025. We will be waiting for you and welcoming you in Nuremberg on site. That is my final message.
Thank you. Do you want to add something before we cheers? Please, Mike.
Who is there? Don't miss out.
Don't miss out, yeah.
So thank you very much for both of you. I'm sure it will be a great show. And it's clear that the packaging industry, it's not only adapting to change, it is driving it. We expect to see in the 3 days of FACHPACK exhibitors showcasing solutions that bridge sustainability, digitalization, and innovation, proving that packaging is no longer a passive actor, but a strategic touch point in the global value chain. FACHPACK will confirm for another year its role as Europe's packaging powerhouse, where ideas, technologies, and partnerships converge to set the tone for the years to come. An event where creativity meets engineering and sustainability becomes a shared commitment. So WPO invites you all to visit FACHPACK 2025 and hope to see you there. Thank you so much, Fun. Thank you so much, Heike. And it was really nice. And thank you very much for the audience for being with us today. Thank you.
Thank you very much.